everything that's been going on, this has been quite a journey getting from figuring out that we were on the same vision back 2 years ago when Cindy and I realized that life was going to have to change for us due to the shifting sands of ministry and all the political challenges of getting in a church budget and staying in a church budget, and especially the difficulty with that when COVID so decimated the budgets and the giving of so many churches. We just realized that we were going to have to do something different. Had no idea what that was going to be. I was coming out of prison missions, Cindy coming out of early childhood education at the local congregation, and needing to find something else to do. And so we realized that we were having the same calling, the same vision into this marriage mentoring, marriage ministry, especially for those who, like us, where one or both spouses have served in ministry. We wanted to be able to do something that would benefit those couples. Alongside that whole journey, which I would call, a journey of vision, a journey of faith, there's been this persistent learning journey. And one of the guys that I've been studying, I studied Frank Lloyd Wright a lot, and am so pleased to be connected now with with the last approved student for Wright's school by Wright himself before he passed away in 1959, James Shildroth. And we've been talking about and going through the different structures, the land, the lay of the land, how things need to be designed. And this morning, he said, let's go ahead and get the structures listed with their sizes, and we can go ahead and put together a master site plan for bringing this whole vision together of Christ on the river on the property. But someone else that I've been studying is Vitruvius. Now, Vitruvius, a lot of people probably don't know who he is. Oh, that's backwards. I hate it when it does that. Anyway, a lot of people may not be familiar with Vitruvius. Vitruvius is the first architect to write a book on architecture. And some of the insights that he gives from, this is pre-Christian, so this is BC era, and he has written this book on architecture, which is both the things that he has learned in being a master architect in ancient Rome, as well as the things that he has learned from in his day, ancient architecture. And so we're talking about insights from all over the Roman Empire, and insights that he's cobbled together, rules of thumb, even if you will, about architecture and about building for different private, public, ceremonial spaces, theaters, whatever. And it's fascinating. There are things like, you've heard of Shoshugiban, which is this way of doing wood treatment where you burn the wood and then you can put a linseed oil finish on it, and it will stand up for years without any maintenance. And with proper maintenance, this is a multi-century type of product. And Shoshugiban advocates say that came up out of the Korean or even Japanese history, and it's this really old art that's been around for 4, 5, 6, 700 years. Vitruvius, over 2,000 years ago, talks about, if you want to have wood last, if you want to make it impervious to rot, if you want to make it impervious to bugs, if you want to make it impervious to the deleterious effects of the sun, all that kind of stuff, he says char the wood, just the outer part, which makes it distasteful to bugs and mold and all other forms of problems that you run into with wood. And so here we have an example of an ancient architectural art or process or idea that was lost and then rediscovered by another culture and introduced to the West here within just the last decade or 2 decades as a phenomenon that a lot of people want to do. He also talks about ways, and I'm reading right now because it's very important with what we're doing, to find water. And he talks about where you want to go on your land, where you want to lay down, where you want to put your chin, where you want to look at what time of the day in order to see where water is. And so it's a different way of water witching. And then he talks about various ways to put material on that spot, to dig a little hole, put material on that spot, and to discover not only if there is water, but how accessible it is. And then depending on the types of soils, depending on the types of surroundings, to know before you put in all the work of digging a well or doing some kind of water work, of knowing whether it's going to be good tasting water or how good it's going to be. And just phenomenal insights from a forgotten age. And so part of what we're doing is we look forward to the next steps that we're taking. Putting insurance on the property so that if anybody comes along and gets hurt, that they're taken care of. We obviously want to do that. And that's the first step, and we're in the process of getting those quotes and getting that put in place right now. Then we have a topographical survey for Mr. Shildroth so that we can work together to determine the best place for these structures and all that good stuff. And then finally, we have what we've been doing with research is finding these ideas and putting them together in certificates that we can run on the property to help people learn how to take hold of these ancient arts and even some emerging arts. We've got plenty of emerging ideas that we're going to be involving with the off-grid nature of the getaway. And putting together those certificates to make those available after we break ground on the chapel. And so that's kind of where we're at. If you love the idea of off-grid living, if you love the idea of having all the modern conveniences but none of the entanglement, none of the municipality entanglements, if you enjoy the idea of doing for yourself or doing alongside other people who are wanting to do for themselves, whether it's to, no matter what your reason is, then these are the type of certificates that we're putting together where you can come and you can learn these ancient arts, you can learn some cutting edge things, some basic practical concerns about how to manage a project and all of that good stuff that goes into executing a major work. Then we're breaking this down into bite-sized certificates and inviting you to come and to help make this a reality and walk away with the learning, walk away with the expertise, walk away with the curriculum to go and to really study and do this for yourself, walk away with the relationships, not necessarily with us, because I am not an expert on many things, but we know experts and we're bringing in experts to handle these various ideas and how to teach them to other people so that we can bless you with the skills and the resources and the relationships necessary to execute these same types of projects, whether it's an off-grid home that you're building or just an additional dwelling unit that you wanted to put on your rural property, that we can help you do that. And then we can be in spiritual partnership in this work for making a place where people can come and they can discover God again, afresh, in a rural, natural, organic, off-grid setting. So if you're interested in that type of thing, keep watching. We're going to have more information coming out, so like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. You've heard from too many people for me to explain why that's important as far as the algorithm and whatever else, so I'm not even going to mention any of that. Main thing that we want is we want to get to know people who are interested in this type of journey. And so we've been praying for God to connect us with people who are praying about these issues, whether it's the ideas behind getting off grid, whether it's the ideas of doing something yourself instead of just hiring it out because of all the things that you can learn and the relationships that you can build in the process, whether it's just focusing in some kind of way on relationships and helping other people, helping yourself even. We want to hear from you. You're who we've been praying for. Thank you so much for tuning in. We look forward to sharing more soon. Bye.